everybody. Welcome to Pro World Live. I'm Danielle from Pro World.
I'm Kate.
And we are here today. We have our team from Sawgrass. They are joining us to promote their 12 Days of Sublimation. We have some great projects. And if you can see on the table here, we've got some Silky Socks. We're going to be pressing with them. They're going to show and really emphasize all the great benefits of having a Sawgrass printer, utilizing their inks, their DesignMate software, basically everything you need to know about sublimation, all right here in this video. So, definitely ask your questions. We're going to kind of join in with them. We're going to run out your questions when we have some time in between or, at the end. So if you guys are ready, we're ready, and let's bring the Sawgrass team on. And we have Jessie and Daisy with us.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going? Thanks for having us.
Oh, anytime. We love these kind of collabs. We love, explaining how Pro World and Sawgrass work together and get customers the best sublimation products out there. So we are just can't wait to hear what you guys have to show us and to talk about.
Absolutely. Well, we are excited to be on day 4 of our 12 days of Giftmas, a sublimation celebration. And I think by day 12, I'll be able to say that like 10 times fast. So we are going to showcase you guys today a little bit about printing on these socks, talk a little bit about our printers and inks. We have Rhonda, our educational expert, going to demonstrate our Sawgrass Exchange, primarily our DesignMate, showing you guys how simple it is to get started with Sawgrass right out of the box. And then we can also show you how you could make a little money on the side if you want to start your new business, that side hustle in 2024, because it's Christmas time. Yeah. And what makes a better gift than a Sawgrass printer? Whether you get the printer or you're making gifts for other people. Super excited to show that to you today. So we have obviously some socks that we're going to demo, and we'll talk a little bit about our printers. We here have a 1000 with a bypass tray attached to it, and we'll get into a little bit about why we attach that bypass tray, especially for socks. But I'd love to bring Rhonda on and kind of show you a little bit about Sawgrass Exchange and what you can do. So every new printer or any printer has a free exchange account tied to it. So you just go on, you sign up for your exchange account, and you have access to thousands of designs, fonts, elements, pictures. I'll let Miss Rhonda take it away.
Definitely. And I'm going to demo the short sock. So, we do have the longer sock as one of our templates. We do not have the short one. So I'm going to show you a feature for that. So if you haven't heard yet, back in July, we launched some great new software. We call them the mates. They're all part of the Sawgrass Exchange. But we do have a new design software called DesignMate. And then we do have our new print management software, which is PrintMate. I'm going to show you a little bit about DesignMate today. So if you haven't gone yet, please check out our website, sawgrassinc.com. At the same time, we launched a new website. We have some great educational content on here, but I'm just going to click on DesignMate to go into the program. So I have launched that software. I'm just going to go ahead and log in. Whether you are new to us or whether you have been a user of Creative Studio previously, you will need to create a new account. So make sure you do that before you get started. And you're going to create that account, and that's going to take you right into the program. All right, so that is opening for me. So we are going to start on our inspiration page. We do launch new content. We drop that every month, right at the beginning of the month, usually around the first Tuesday. So check out some new stuff coming tomorrow. And then on that inspiration page, we are going to have some projects that would kind of interest you. And I'm sorry, my system's running a little slow today. Sometimes that happens with our Wi-Fi here in the building. So that is opening, but like I said, we will have those great project cards for you so that you can see those. All right, I think I'm not doing myself any favors, so let me see if I can get this a little stronger connection and moving faster.
Well, while Rhonda is getting her system up and running, we did have a question come through, and it's, does the design mate come included with the printer? Yes, it does come included. That's part of the purchase of the printer. You're able to access the design mate and have designs readily available for you, and templates, and really great kind of opportunities at your fingertips with the program. And I see she's got it up, so we'll
Yeah, so that's one of the great things about the Sawgrass printer is that we do have an end-to-end solution. We not only have the printer that is built specifically for sublimation and then is built in combination with our inks to work together. But also the other big important thing is we do offer those software programs. So when you are a Sawgrass printer owner and using Sawgrass ink, you do have all of that at your fingertips so that you are able to, design if you want to in our software. You don't have to use our software, but everyone should be using our print management software. Now, I know I get asked the question all the time, can I continue to use the Sawgrass Print Manager in Creative Studio? And the answer is yes. You can still use those programs if they work great for you, but we do want you to try out the new software, and then we want you to use it if possible. Now, one of the great features of the new software is this custom canvas. It is a fully functional custom canvas, so very different than what we've had in the past. In this case, I am doing the shorter socks, so I'm just going to set my dimensions. And then I'm going to add a bleed. So this is one of those new features that's really great. I'm going to add that bleed around the edges. So it is adding that 1/4 of an inch border so that we make sure it's going to completely cover that sock, even if it stretches a little bit. Now, we do have other options available. So we have added in some basic shapes. So if you're doing a heart, all you need to know is the dimensions of your heart, and you're able to do a heart-shaped template. Also, if you have an SVG of whatever you're making, so you can, if you get the template from Pro World, you can always convert that to an SVG and then use that so you're getting the exact shape and size. I'm just going to do this because it is a sock. So make sure that you hit design your canvas. There is a save canvas button. That's for when you're completely done. We're going to hit design your canvas. It's going to bring me in. As Jessie was saying, we do have that great artwork. We do have those designs. We do add those constantly. So we do have those elements for you to use. Designs are going to be complete. So they're going to have text. They're going to have backgrounds. Of course, my system's moving a little slow today, but that is there for you. And then there are elements that you can play with as well, shapes and graphics and all that fun stuff. But we are just going to upload a file because I have the file that I need for this project. So I'm going to go into my files and I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to give it a category. Now, galleries here are going to house anything that you upload. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my category that I have. And then there is my sock. So I am able to take this. You will see that a little different than what we've done in the past. Each corner does have an action. So if I wanted to rotate it, if I need to move it, I can, of course, stretch it, and this is going to stretch everything proportionally. But if I just wanted to increase the width, I could just pull that out. So I'm able to do that to make this fit my area. And then I am ready to go. So once that is in place, I'm going to hit Save Canvas and I'm going to give it a name. Now, again, this is for my gallery. So anytime I can go into my galleries and pull up anything I've created, anything that I've made. I don't have a sock category yet, so I'll create one and choose it. And then that's going to take me to my next page. Now, this is going to be our product detail page. I love our product detail page. I call it kind of the central hub. There's some other functionality we can talk about later if we have time with our new Market Mate where you have a digital storefront. So I can show you that in a little bit. But once it gets over here, I will be able to go ahead and hit print on that. You will also see there are editing options for photos. So we do now have some great filters and everything in there, which is really, really awesome. I'm going to go ahead and give this a product name. And then I can save this so I can pull it up later. But in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and hit print. Now, Jessie, I'm going to go ahead and pitch that back over to you. I know you wanted to show some examples of pressing these socks and offer some tips. So I'll go for now.
Awesome. Thanks, Rhonda. I think we're back live, right? Yep. Perfect. We did have a question come in from Terry. If we already have a business creative studio, can we use DesignMate? Absolutely. DesignMate, as it stands, is free. Anybody, you don't even have to have a printer. You can just sign up for the exchange and use DesignMate. And if you have a premium subscription to Creative Studio, you are actually grandfathered into the premium DesignMate. So
you can actually use both Creative Studio and DesignMate. So if you currently use Creative Studio and you're happy with it, at least go ahead and download PrintMate and sign up for DesignMate, and you can give it a try. I use both. I still go back and forth, and we'll print from DesignMate, and then I'll go and print from Creative Studio. Both of the programs work seamlessly together, so you don't have to choose one or the other.
Right. Right. And one of the great things, if you have some of our designs in DesignMate you want to use them. But I know it's Q4. I know nobody has time to learn a whole new system, but it's probably great to check out in Q1 as people kind of get over the holidays and start the next project. So what we are going to do here is start pressing a little bit. So what we did, before we forgot to even mention, we are doing a giveaway. So Daisy here is going to tell you how to enter the giveaway. Today, you are entering to win a set of inks, 4 inks from that will work with your Sawgrass printer. And you also are going to win your own Silky Socks, some substrates from Pro World. And then we'll tell you about a couple other deals that are going on. But Miss Daisy, can you tell them how to enter, please?
Of course. So what you have to do is like and follow Sawgrass Inc. INK and Pro World at Pro World Inc. INC. Give them a follow, us a follow. Comment on our day 4 post on Instagram, and you will drop your favorite substrate that you like to work with. And from there, we'll see who the winner is.
Yeah, exciting. So we will select a winner tomorrow, and that will be posted on our account. But we will give you some time to go in and register to win a set of inks and some substrates from Pro World. Super excited about that. And then on top of that, today is the last day to take part in our Sawgrass annual sale. So Sawgrass only goes on sale one time a year, and that is for the month of November. And it actually was extended all the way to today. And today is the last day. So make sure you hop on over to Pro World's website so you can save on our printers and inks, which is, again, ending this evening. Also, last one for the next 12 days, or I don't even know how many days we have left, but until the 12th, Pro World is kindly taking 10% off all their blanks. So you can use the code 12 days. That's 2 days. It expires on the 12th, but you can get 10% off blanks. So right now it's the prime time to stock up on inks, stock up on sublimation blanks, get more printers, all the fun stuff. And so that you can make sure that you can either start your small business in 2024, continue your small business, start making your own gifts, all the fun things. So we'll hop on over now to doing one of the most favorite gifts that I like to give during the holidays. And the one thing that my dad requested this year, socks. I mean, who doesn't love a good pair of socks? I made these over the weekend. These are going to be my new cozy book nook socks. So, you know, you just love to curl up with a good book. And, you know, I think one of the most underrated things in the world is a pair of comfy socks. And if you can add some personality and, you know, uniqueness, that's an even greater gift. So, you know, the one thing I really love about sublimation is that personalization aspect. You can put people's names on it. You can do whatever. If you have something that's specific and, you know, you have an idea. I have a girlfriend whose daughter loves frogs. It's actually very difficult to find frog gifts in 2023, believe it or not. So I plan on making her some frog related socks. So yeah, Miss Daisy is going to do the no-show socks that Rhonda demoed with the custom canvas. Now we printed these out on regular paper. This was done with a 500. So you can still do socks with a 500. I did actually this sock as well with a 500 and just cut out the different pieces because you see there's a lot of white within there. But the 500 and the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper is perfect. You'll see here.
And I'm just going to go ahead and start pressing. I have my press all warmed up. We are doing 400 degrees at 45 seconds. And don't forget your paper. And then design on top. I like to sandwich mine.
So what we're doing, you're really protecting that plate underneath and the press as well when you use the paper. Can you get it down? Yeah, right.
I haven't been working.
Yeah. So we've used about medium pressure on these, and just to make sure that, you know, all the color gets put on there. But as you can see, you know, what's really great about Sawgrass inks is really that peel and reveal, that wow moment when this may look a little muted on the page, but once it comes off onto a product, it's fantastic. I mean, it really can't be beat. So we will get that ready. Speaking of customization, I went ahead and put my kids and my dog's face on socks. We're going to try and press these today. Now, this is my first, besides this guy, this is my first try at the full wrap. So we're going to see what we can do here. All right. And remember, it is hot. Use gloves.
Yeah. Use gloves, guys. Don't be like me.
Is our other guy heated up yet? No, we're going to need a bigger press for that guy. Yeah, let's do a peel and reveal. Let's see the colors.
So we're gonna see this together. Hopefully it turned out well. That is fresh off the press, guys. It's really, really pretty and really, really bright.
That looks fantastic. So when you see it too, you'll see that there is a little bit of ink left on the paper, but you can see how vibrant those colors are and how that really just popped. I mean, that's fantastic. Are you going to do the other side too? All right. These are awesome. Oh, yeah. Let me hand this over to you. So I printed this tall sock out on the SG-1000. Now the SG-1000, both the 500 and the 1000 are very similar in terms of the makeup and the construction of the printer. They're both use high quality inks. They have auto maintenance. So if you leave it plugged in and on, it'll actually every, I believe, 10 to 12 hours run its own auto maintenance cycle. So it makes sure that your print head is optimal. Nothing gets clogged in the system. And so it makes sure that you get optimal prints every single time. We have also used the bypass tray here for the socks so that I could get one long piece of paper printed. And so that is just an attachment you put on the back of the printer, and then you can feed longer paper. This is, I believe, 19 inches long.
Another thing to remember with the paper size is, even though they use the SG-1000 to be able to print that 11 by 17 or 13 by 19, but if you have an SG-500, it will do up to 8.5 by 14 size paper, which Pro World does sell without the bypass tray. And if you decide to get a bypass tray for your SG-500, you can print an even longer sheet than that. Technically, you can print up to 51 inches long.
So that's great for ties, socks, all the things. So, you know, if you go with the SG-500, you can really, I mean, there's really no limitations. They're both great. So in terms of our sublimation,
yep. Real quick, Jessie. I think it was tough to hear Andy in the background. But he was definitely explaining the sizing that you can use for your SG-500 or for the SG-1000. So for the 500, you could print 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper and then 8.5 by 14 sheets with your standard tray. If you add the bypass, then you're able to do 8.5 wide by up to, I think you said 51 inches long for the paper.
Yep.
So that really gives you that ability. Although you only have 8.5, you can still get that length that you might need. So that's a great option when you're adding on the bypass for the SG-500. Now for the SG-1000, you can do 11 by 17. And then with the bypass tray, that gives you the ability to do 13 by 19 sheets, or actually technically 13 by probably 51 inches if I'm not mistaken. But that lets the printer go wider than the paper tray itself. So it does give you that extra space that you may need.
Yeah, if you're finding an SG-1000 and you're interested in doing apparel and t-shirts, the bypass tray is an absolute must-have. Because especially when you're printing t-shirts and you're getting into the larger sizes like XL, XX, XXX, you want to be able to have a bigger image on those sizes of shirts than you would on a medium or small, just to make it look correct. So it's definitely a must-have if you're doing t-shirts.
Yes, and I think right now, as we still have the sale going on through the end of the day, I mean, pretty much what you save, might as well just add on the bypass tray, get it all in one awesome deal. I'm going to go press this off camera on our larger press, and we will see how well I do on my first full wrap sock. So I'm just doing a part of it now, then we'll move it over and do the rest of it. And while we do that, Andy, do you want to talk a little bit about our inks? Do you want to come up here?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll give you the mic, literally. Sorry.
Perfect. So it's great to see like the color, you know, on that peel and reveal, the really bright colors you get with sublimation.
Hey. There we go. I was gonna say, Andy, you're too tall over there. You gotta duck down a little.
Stage here, but your sublimation printer is really only as good as the inks that are in it. I consider it basically the inks are like the lifeblood of the printer, really. So the great thing about Sawgrass is that we have over 30 years of experience fine-tuning and developing our inks. Sawgrass was actually a company that basically you know, developed the technology to make dye sublimation ink. So we have a team of chemists that specialize in dye sublimation, and all those years of research and development has given us a huge advantage. Another thing that is really important to Sawgrass, I can tell you, is using only the highest quality raw materials. And that is simply an area Sawgrass will never cut corners on. Having the best quality ink in the world is extremely important to Sawgrass. So the final thing I would say is the fact that it's in a sealed cartridge and it's never exposed to air. Because what you got to understand is one of the worst things that can happen to a printer is for any air bubbles or dust to get in the ink. It'll work its way all the way to print head. It'll kill any inkjet printer. But Sawgrass's inks from essentially the manufacturing stages all the way through filling, all the way until you get that cartridge, open up the box, put it in your printer. It's never exposed to air or any possible dust or anything like that during the entire manufacturing process. So that ensures that there's never going to be any particles or anything that work its way to your print head and cause any damage to your printer. So that's really the main things, the benefits I would share about Sawgrass ink. But you really just look at it, look at the color, look at the vibrancy. You're not going to get that anywhere else.
And Lorna, looks great.
Sure, I'll take that back.
Thanks, Andy.
We are just destroying our set over here. We got a giant walking through. Awesome. So I went ahead and pressed this. I moved this over just a little bit, but you can already see those awesome colors. The pictures look really great. One of the great things that I'm learning about Sawgrass is how well we do photographs and photography. I mean, the skin colors are perfect. Everything is just phenomenal. So really, I mean, again, putting those personalized touches, that's really, you know, the best part about gift giving. You show me how to do it. Oh.
So you want to have it moved over, but just a little bit so you can print that whole side and continue and not have a line in between.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Oh.
Look at that. There we go. So I had it way too far over, but Andy is helping me. You know, I am actually new to Sawgrass. I am on my 3rd or 4th month here. Who knows? Oh. So we're learning together, which is really great. So for the next 12 days, we'll be doing some lives, some more educational classes. I'm really just me talking to the pros and getting the tips here on how do we just make awesome things and how do we make it ourselves. One of the things that I don't think Rhonda got to showcase, but you should really check out is our Market Mate. So it's super easy. From that save screen that popped up, you can send it straight to Market Mate and post it for sale. So you can set your price, you set how much you want to make as the producer, as well as, I believe, is it the seller or owner? Seller. And then you can post it for sale. And we have sharing options. So you can go ahead and social share to your networks. There's no listing fees. All of it is, again, free and put right in the tool for you. So I believe that Miss Rhonda has, I don't know if we can unmute her. I think she has some great information for us.
Yeah, I'll be glad to show that if you'd like me to, Jessie.
Sure. While I go ahead and try and press the.
Yep. All right. So I've already started on this design. Just a couple of other great things about Design Mate. If you have been with us for a very long time, you remember that the original Creative Studio, you could go into a design and click on elements and change different colors. So this is actually one of our elements. If I decided that I didn't want his coat to be red, I could change that. And then everything that I touched would be that new color. So let's say, for instance, I did want to change that just a little bit. I could change up my red, and everything that's that shade of red will change. I'm going to quickly just grab all of this and duplicate it to the other side. And I want to show you Market Mate. Now, as we said, Market Mate is available only in the US right now, but it is available to every customer who is part of the Sawgrass Exchange. So with that account, you do get it. There is no upcharge. There is no listing fees. So I'm just going to go right in there. Again, you saw this area earlier, but custom canvas, you can't add to a store. So that's why we didn't see it all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and I would normally not put that in that category, but that's okay. I can move it later. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to that screen. This would be your print screen if you were just printing. You can save your files as well. But in this case, I'm going to prepare it to add it to my store. This artwork is probably some of my favorite. These little reindeers, we have reindeers with wine bottles and goblets and all kind of things, and they just pair so well with that text that we've created as well. So it's really, really awesome. And one of those ways that you can make this your own is changing those colors, which is such a neat thing. And I will state, we do know this is moving a little slowly. We are working constantly to get that speed up for you so you don't have to sit there quite as long as I just did. And so if I were doing this, I would do something like save Santa the trip.
While that's saving, Rhonda, what kind of files can you use in Design Mate?
Yeah, so as far as what you can upload into the program, Adobe Illustrator files, Photoshop files, PNGs, JPEGs, PDFs, SVGs. So there's a whole wide variety of files that you can upload. So that is one of the great features. And then you'll see this is where I'm going to prepare it for my store. So there are tags. You can take those tags away if you don't want something like beer. But I can go in now and I can set my price. So we do have a minimum. Our minimum price is going to be one that is going to make sure that both the seller and the producer are getting a profit, but we want to make sure that the producer is covered. So for that producer share, you see it's a little bit higher because we know you have to buy a blank. You have to use your time and your printer and your ink. So we want to make sure you're covered for that. You will also be shipping these. Now, we do send you the label, so you don't have to worry about any of that, but you would be putting it in a box. So we want to make sure that the producer share covers that. Now, you will notice that it is the seller share and the producer share. As Jessie said, most of our customers would be producing their own work. So if you have a Sawgrass printer, you are the seller and the producer. Anything you create and add to your store, you are selling it, and then the order is going to come right to you too. Now, if this were my own art or something special, I could go ahead and up the price if I thought it would go there. You will see also that we can make this customizable, and then you choose how customizable. So you actually have control over what can or cannot be changed. If I'm really tied to the font, I can leave the font, but I could say you can't change the font, but you would be able to change the color. So you can go in and lock layers as you want to. And then my favorite part is this create a look. We do have these great backgrounds for you. So you can add that lifestyle image. Again, no additional charge to have those lifestyle images that you can add to that. And then you'd be able to add it to your store. Now, in your store, you are able to share your store. We have share links, so you can share the store itself or the individual products. If you are looking at Market Mate and you want to learn a little bit more, just go ahead and go on our website. We have lots of great resources for you there, but you also can sign up for one of our onboarding sessions. You may not need to know how to set up the printer, but you can learn about the software there as well. So I'm going to add that to my store, and then I am going to go ahead and kick this back over to Jessie. Hopefully she's done with those socks.
Awesome. Thank you, Rhonda. So, in the spirit of the 12 days of sublimation and learning all things and celebrating all things sublimation, I will say these look fantastic. So I'll show you a little bit about the ink and how it comes off here. And there you have it. I mean, those colors are really, really cool. Just totally pop. You can see all the pinks, all the reds, all the blues. And so what we're going to do is show you a pro tip from Mr. Andy. So the real way to do this, right, is once you print on one side, you can flip it over. You see we have our insert here, and just have a little bit on both sides so that you don't get a white line or have to kind of piecemeal it all back together again. So with that, we will have Daisy here press this side. You just want to make sure that your welt here is even. and that your design. So obviously this design is a little bit smaller than the sock. But you know, like we said, if you use the bypass tray, you can get a full piece, or if you decide that you want to kind of piece it all together like we did here, you can really use any size paper.
This is also a great time to use your repositionable spray instead of tape.
Oh,
You can just spray a quick spray right on the transfer, and then it'll stick to the sock when you put the transfer on. You don't have to tape it or anything, and then once you're done pressing, it'll peel right off. It won't leave any residue on the sock. It won't, affect the sublimation process of the printing at all.
love that.
It just makes it a lot easier and quicker.
That's really cool. Yeah. So as you saw, you know, obviously choosing your socks is also important. They do have ribbed, which is what I had currently on my little floating leg here. I really like flat knit, which are going to be more of your business style socks. They make sure that, you know, if you're going to print something like a photo, it just comes out a little bit better in my opinion, but it's really up to you and what you think your people are going to wear. Now, this guy does not want to go on for me. So Daisy's pressing that one. I think this is going to turn out really, really cool. I think my sock is a little bit bigger than my foot form, but that's okay. But yeah, so you got all the fun little things on there, and you can really do almost anything with it. So while we wait for this to go off, make sure you go onto Instagram, like at Sawgrass Inc. INK.com, not the .com, just INK. Go give Pro World INC a like as well. Find that day 4 post and comment your favorite substrate so that you can be entered to win a set of inks. All 4 inks that we're giving away today for 12 days of Giftmas, our sublimation celebration. And join us as well the rest of the 12 days as we'll do more giveaways, more educational moments. You can craft along with us and learn all of Rhonda and Andy and everyone else's fun tips and tricks. So let's look at it.
Here it is.
Awesome. Let me see. That's fantastic. And you don't have a break in it, right? No big line, nothing like that. And so you can see here on the ribbed sock, it's going to look really cool. So we'll swap these out. Also remember that you can go to Pro World's website and get 10% off any sublimation blank through the 12 days of Giftmas. You can use code 12 days. That's 12 days. And again, stock up. Today's the last day for that Sawgrass sale. So stock up, printers, inks. Yeah. Get that bypass tray. Watch me struggle with this foot form. And that's pretty much it for our demo today, unless there's additional questions or anything that we missed.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other questions. I think we kind of answered them all throughout. Let me just double check real quick. We're good? All right. Well, Sawgrass, thank you so much for joining us today. We've really appreciated the rundown of Design Mate and the printers and the great inks. When you look at Sawgrass ink and the final production of it and the finished product that you make, it is vibrant, it is colorful, it is everything you want, whether you're printing a photograph, your artwork, or, clip art. Every project looks amazing, and that's really coming from the inks themselves. So, Sawgrass by far is, top notch for the inks and the quality of sublimation. So definitely take advantage of the sale that's going on, and it doesn't take long to get your printer in, get the inks in it, have an onboarding session with the Sawgrass team, get your stuff up and ready. Even by Christmas, you'll be able to start making products and really, getting right there, jumping right in and making the things that you want to make. And so definitely take advantage of the sale that's going on. That ends today, and then that other subblank sale will end on the 12th of December. So thank you so much, Jessie, Daisy, Rhonda, and Andy. We really appreciate you guys joining us today. And we will sign off and we'll see you guys all next time.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Happy
All
holidays.
right. Thank you. Bye-bye.